I'm going to take a quick look at parts and volumes and how to adjust these if they don't import correctly into Vellum. So the Vellum book formatting software is pretty magical as far as what it will get correct when you import a document. And it'll even do this with parts, even if you only have that formatted the same way as a chapter. If you look here to the left side in the navigator, you can see that my chapters are inset farther than the part name, and that the part itself has a little toggle to where I can pull up all of these things and only see the book structure by the parts. This isn't a huge deal if you're working in a book that is just your book. There's no real need to have any specific formatting for the parts. But if we look in the contents, this is where you can see it that it makes a lot more sense if you have something like a multi-author edition, or if you're putting together a box set or an omnibus of your own books. If you have books separated by different authors or different stories, this can be really important to the formatting. If for some reason Vellum doesn't import the parts and pre-split them like this, to where you don't have these indents off the side, you'll see them where they look just like they're all flush left. And you'll see the difference here where these are actually inset and there's an option to pull them up. So to fix this document and get everything into the correct parts, what we do is we select the first chapter that we want inside a part, and we hold the Shift key on our keyboard and then click the last chapter. And this will select all of these in between. Then you can right click and you can either tell it create part from selection or create volume from selection. You can only have one main level of volumes, but you can have as many parts as you want. So you really have a lot of nested capabilities for how this works. So if I click create part from selection, and then I can click back on the original one, I can right click and I can remove this. If I do Command Z to bring that back, you can actually also go down to the gear menu that's at the bottom of the navigator, and you can tell it to remove that element type from here. So either right click and remove, or the navigator gear menu at the bottom. Let's get part 2 set up as well. I'm going to hold the Shift key, click the bottom one, and I can also do from the gear menu, come to create part from selection, and then I need this poem here, so I'm going to Command X, take that out and pull it to here, Command V, and then I'll come here to the part that I don't need anymore and right click and remove. If for some reason I don't want the numbering to continue in part 2, I can come up in the menu bar to chapter and then choose numbering. And then from there, I can tell it that I want it to reset across parts. You can see very faintly the difference between when I have this toggled on to reset across parts or to just stay and be continuous numbering. And lastly, if you have items in a part and you don't want them to be, you can remove them one at a time. And the chapters that are still inside the part are going to renumber themselves so that they are sequential. But you can also do the Shift click multiple selection and you can pull them all out. Clicking and dragging also works to drag items into a part that's created or to rearrange items inside a part. So just check your structure carefully.